How's it going, everybody? Tom with another Quick Tip Tuesday. Today I'm going to be talking about hitting a partial wedge shot. Okay, this is a shot that you don't see pros hit very often. They're usually hitting a full iron into a green. Usually they're far enough back. But for amateurs, a lot of times we get up to about that under 100-yard shot. And a lot of people struggle with this, thinking about the speed of their swing and all different complication factors. So what I'm going to talk about today is, first of all, picking the right club, and then how you should execute this shot so you can hit it crisp every time, okay? So a lot of people take a swing at one of these shots and they just kind of slow their swing down and just try to hit a shot. You know, I got about 60 yards here, and this is my full 100-yard club. So, all right, I'm only going to swing about 60% speed, and then next thing you know, you just kind of chunk it and it doesn't really go the way you want it to. So much better method and much more consistently repeatable method for a shot like this is to use a clock method. Now, some pros don't use a clock method. They use more of a feel method. It's still the same idea. And basically what it is you're bringing the club back part of the way, but maintaining your regular speed. So you're controlling the distance by not bringing it back quite as far, but you're still swinging through at a good speed. What this is going to allow you to do is to make good crisp contact and get that spin on the ball. And you're gonna avoid hitting chunks. You're gonna avoid hitting it thin because you're not gonna be swinging at a different speed than you're used to. Okay. The second tip on a shot like this is you're gonna want to open up your club face slightly. Okay. You're gonna have a wedge in your hand. You're gonna have some bounce. Use that bounce to your advantage. Okay. Because you're gonna still want to hit down on the ball. So, but you don't want to chunk into it and end up digging into the ground. So open up your face slightly, maybe about 3 or 4 degrees, and then get the feel of how far back you need to come. Now, if you're using the clock method for like I am, so this is a full swing is about 100 yards. So for a 60-yard shot, I'm only going to bring it back to about here. And I'm talking about my hands, not the club head. Okay, very important. It's your hands, not the club head. Because the club head, you think 60% is here, but my hands are now only at about 40%. So I'm going to end up hitting it short. So think about your hands going back, and then you want to follow through with your normal speed. So on this green, I know everything also comes down a little bit left to right. So I'm going to try to get this distance dialed in, aiming about 10 yards left of the pin, and try to execute this shot. And there we go. Just a little bit deep, but I'm right on the back side of the green. I caught that one a little bit thin, so I'm going to try to execute this one more time. And keep in mind that one thing I did not do right there is you really want to hit down on this ball, okay? I kind of picked that one. That's why I came out a little thin, got a little long. So I'm going to try to execute the same distance in my backswing. And I'm going to really concentrate on hitting down on this. 60% of a swing. There we go. And that one's going to check up nice. And there it goes, getting closer to the pin. And there you go. So remember, don't be afraid of these under 100-yard shots. You're going to have a lot of them. And it's a really good idea to practice them a lot because it's all about distance control. I saw a video recently talking about how shots like this, your dispersion is much more north and south, not east and west, okay? As you get further back, your dispersion becomes more east and west, okay? The reason for this is you're hitting a longer shot, you're hitting a full shot, and with a full shot, most people, even amateurs, hit it relatively the same distance, okay? When you get to a shot like this, your aim point is going to be pretty spot on. You saw I hit both of those pretty much the same spot that I wanted to hit it. I hit the first one a little long because I hit it thin. Second one was basically dead on. So your distance from north and south is going to be much more important than your east to west, okay? And if you dial in this distance, even if you miss it, let's say you miss it 4 yards off your target line, but you hit it the right distance, then you've got a 12-foot putt, okay? As opposed to if you don't know how to control the distance and you end up hitting it off the back of the green or chunking it and leaving it short, you're going to have a whole lot more to work on for your next shot. Okay, so keep that in mind. Try to develop a clock method. One thing I highly recommend is if you have the ability to practice this, if at the range, or if you have a course that you can get out there, even better. Just practice feeling that backswing of the different distances. So if I got like a 50-yard shot, I know I'm coming here and coming through. If I got about a 75-yard shot, I'm coming here and coming through. Once you get those feelings down, you can almost forget about the clock method and go with more of that feel, like I said some of the pros do. So give this a shot, practice it, because it's going to guarantee, I guarantee it's going to shave shots off your next round, because if you can put that approach shot close, you're not going to be afraid of this shot. You're going to show off, your friends are going to love it. You're going to make more putts, make more birdies and more pars. All right, I'll see everybody next week with another tip. This is Tom. Thanks for watching.